Hi friends, Tasha Rose back again with part 2 of our kitchen medicine videos. Today we're going to make fire cider. First you'll need some honey, some apple cider vinegar, some fresh ginger, some fresh horseradish, jalapeno peppers or your favorite spicy pepper, garlic, oranges, a lemon, onions, turmeric, chili powder, and black peppercorns. So I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to start with the garlic. Now, like I said in the video on the honey fermented garlic, crushing garlic will release the allicin a lot faster and it will break down quicker. Because this fire cider takes a lot less time to be ready, that's what we want to happen with the garlic. So now I'm just going to peel all of these garlic cloves, and I saved the peels because you can put these in a dehydrator or a low oven and make your own garlic powder with the garlic peels. And you can do the same with onion peels as well. Nice little kitchen trick for you. So get these garlic out of the way. And I'm just going to take off some of the ends and then get my smashed garlic cut up into just a few more pieces. Again, to get that allicin breaking down a lot faster and getting the fire cider nice and hot. And we're going to put these into our handy dandy jar, and we're going to cut up a lemon. We're going to squeeze each piece of that lemon and then throw the whole thing in there. And then we're going to do the same thing with both of these oranges. There's really no way to go wrong making fire cider. We're going to do the same thing with the onions, just cut them up into quarters or however you want to. You can leave them skins on or take the skins off. And now I'm going to cut the ends off of my horseradish. And then a nice trick, except it didn't quite work this time with this horseradish, is to use a spoon to get the skin off. My horseradish was a little bit older than I would have liked, so the skin didn't come off as easily and I had to cut it off. And you could just as easily use a vegetable peeler too, but I didn't feel like getting that out. So after I've got it peeled, I'm just going to cut them into pieces and stuff them in the jar. So you might be noticing why we're calling this fire cider. Just think about how your sinus completely empties every time you eat some of these ingredients. Now the spoon trick does work really well with ginger. Basically, I've never had it not work with ginger. So we're just going to peel a bunch of ginger, and then we're going to get some of the hard spots off and then cut it up. I really love fresh ginger. Another nice treat that I like to make with ginger is to candy it. Candy ginger and candy orange peels in the winter. Super, super tasty. Maybe we'll do a tutorial on that in the future. All right, working on my last little knob of ginger here. We'll get that in there. Break these little pieces off. Cut it up. And then the hot peppers. I'm using the bag to keep the peppers off of my skin. You just put them in there, seeds and all. And then clear your space a little bit. And then we're going to add the honey. You want to add about, this is a gallon jar, so we're going to add about a cup or so of honey. So about half of my jar of honey there. And again, this is local honey that I got at a local grocery store. And then we're going to add our peppercorns. I put maybe a quarter cup of peppercorns, quarter cup of chili powder, and a quarter cup of turmeric. And you can use fresh turmeric too. I just didn't want to drive into Minneapolis to get fresh turmeric root. Then I'm using organic apple cider vinegar. This one is by Spectrum. I usually buy Bragg's, regardless of the apple cider vinegar that I buy. I usually buy organic. And then we're just going to top this baby off with all of this apple cider vinegar. Another benefit of fire cider is it is completely sinus clearing. All of these ingredients really fight congestion. Anything that you really need to work out of your system, it will combat it. Plus, there's all the citrus and, of course, all of the antibacterial, antiviral, immune boosting properties of basically every single ingredient in this jar. This is such a good powerhouse for in the winter time. And all it takes is like a thimbleful for children and maybe a tablespoonful. And you can take it straight, though for little kids, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend cutting it with a little bit of water for them. It's just a matter of making sure that all these ingredients are together. So cutting it with water for little kids is probably your best option because it, like the name implies, it will light your face on fire. And it's hands down one of my favorite medicines for the winter time. I'm just going to mix this around, kind of shove everything down in there. Now, with ferments, you want to make sure that you're keeping everything below surface, but this is vinegar, so it's a little different. So we're not really too worried about it being below the surface because we're going to give this thing a shake just about every single day. I'm going to top the rest of this off. And we still want to have headroom because we actually don't want the vinegar to touch the bottom of our jar lid. And you can put a piece of parchment paper on there too to ensure that your vinegar doesn't touch the bottom of the lid. But it's not required. Let's give another little push down of all of these just to kind of stir them around and get everything really well incorporated. So between this and the fermented garlic and honey, you should be really well set for the winter. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be having another couple of videos out once my elderberries and my lavender get here from Mountain Rose Herbs. Oh, the lid Stan, I like to name my kombucha, and that was one of my kombucha scopies names was Stan. I'm going to have another couple of herbal apothecary kitchen medicine tutorials so you can learn more about kitchen medicine coming up in the next few weeks. We're going to do 4 Thieves, vinegar, and elderberry syrup. So for now, you've got the honey fermented garlic and the fire cider to keep you going until then. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you again. And hit the thumbs up, and why don't you hit that little bell too? I'll see you guys next time.